on Times Now Super Prime Time.
Okay, we got Sanjay Jha in the studio. I'm firing my first question at him. Sanjay, just keep it short. And then, by the way, it's an open debate. Feel free to come in. I want to apologize to all our panelists for the delayed start of Newshour debate number 2. I want to assure all of you, you will have your full say. I also want to explain the reason why this debate got delayed is because of the very important issue we were discussing earlier, which is the case of DK Ravi. To all parliamentarians on the panel, I appeal to you to raise this issue in Parliament in your own individual capacity. Especially to you, Pawan Verma, you will be doing a national service there. Now let's debate. Sanjay Jha, what is this happening in Parliament? You know, are you getting some thrill out of just having this obstructionist approach in Parliament? You blocked the passage of 2 bills despite them being referred to a select committee. What do you want? Is this all about saying we may have 44 in the Lok Sabha, we may have lost the election, but we still have some clout left in the Rajya Sabha? Is there no other way of showing clout?
Well, you know, Arnab, I'm glad you've given me the opening opportunity today, but first and foremost, I'll give you certain hard realities that we as a country cannot ignore. This is not about a Congress speed breaker, by the way. I think if today farmer suicides are on the rise, if today 70% of the poor live in the rural areas of India, if today we find that there is a disposition of land on account of a policy which is being brought by this government, agriculture stress in India is at its peak at the moment. Nobody is even talking about it. At this point of time, for the Congress or any other opposition party which has combined with us to oppose this government, I think we are fighting for a national cause. This is not a political strategy that Arun Jaitley famously said. Arnab, let me remind you. Arun Jaitley famously said, I remember when an entire session of Parliament was wiped out because the BJP wanted a JPC. Arun Jaitley, a seasoned member of the BJP, made a statement. Political gridlock is part of the grander political strategy of the BJP.
Let's talk.
For us, I'm sorry, we are going to fight for a cause.
Sanjay Jha.
This is a very grave issue.
Sanjay Jha, let's talk about
if
now.
If this government hasn't understood what happened in Nandigram and Singur, why SEZs continue to be a problem area, then I think we have a problem.
Okay, so
I'll also recommend you to read Pawan Verma's article. Pawan Verma wrote an article in your own Times of India group some days back. I hope many people have read it. No, Arnab, I think this is a very pertinent debate. This is not about obstruction of Parliament. It's about a party. It's about a government that brings in an ordinance, the same act it supported in 2013. I want to ask the Prime Minister and Mr. Jaitley, what changed?
Okay, have you completed the opening remarks?
Why did you need an ordinance?
By Shahid
and the
Siddiqui.
Same logic extends to coal and mining.
Opening remarks were being rebutted by Shahid Siddiqui. I'll open the house, Shahid
Arnab,
yeah.
Arnab, no. I'm not rebutting anything. What I'm saying is that while the voters have matured, the political parties and politicians have not matured. They do not realize that they are government in waiting. They should behave like government in waiting. Once I met Advani ji in an aircraft and I told him that tomorrow you may be in power, so why don't you behave as a mature political party instead of obstructing everything which Congress is doing? Same thing today Congress is doing. They should realize that any opposition party has to come to power tomorrow and has to take up a stand. But both the parties behave differently when they are in power and out of power.
I'm not talking about the land bill.
Obstruct the development of the nation. They don't obstruct the political parties. They obstruct the development and growth of the nation by playing this kind of dirty
what do we do? Arun Jaitley makes a point, and that point to some extent is valid, that, you know, by delaying the passage, and Pawan Verma come in on this, by delaying the passage of the coal and mine bills in the Rajya Sabha, you are effectively stalling the proposed auction of some 15 to 20 mines identified by the government that is set up for auction in April end. Now we know the first 2 rounds of coal auctioning have brought in lakhs of crores of rupees for the government. So the Congress, first of all, it affects the economy if this doesn't happen. And Pawan Verma, for the Congress party, this is the revenge for Colgate.
Not at all.
This is the revenge for Colgate.
Sorry.
Why? No, let me complete. Why do you want to be with the Congress party while it is taking the revenge for Colgate? If the government wants to have a more transparent system for coal auctioning, which gets in revenue for the government, helps the Indian economy, support it. I mean, what is this all about? Are you even looking beyond the Bihar elections, Pawan Verma?
No. By the way,
no. Let him answer.
Pawan, just before
why are you speaking for him? Why are you speaking for him?
Pawan, just 15 seconds. He was talking about Manmohan Singh who pushed for the transparency, and if today there is good funds coming in coal allocation,
so
the credit goes to Dr. Manmohan Singh
taking the initiative. Thank you. Since Manmohan Singh, you say pushing for transparency, can you please reveal? No, 1 second. Shahid Siddiqui, can Sanjay Jha reveal the name of the person who was blocking it since for the last few years after Manmohan Singh pushed for it in 2005? Who was it? Was it a member of the Gandhi family?
All the chief ministers of the BJP ruled states and non-Congress ruled states were the ones who objected to it. We have debated that.
Pawan Verma, why are you letting the economy go into a tailspin this time on this? Why are you compromising national interest?
Arnab, I want to say, okay, Arnab, can I give you a frank answer?
Yeah.
We are in favor of both these bills, but when a bill comes to the Rajya Sabha, there must be given enough time to consider its provisions in order to strengthen the bill so that it does not become in any way ultra-virus of the Constitution. Now take the minerals and mines. Mines and minerals are the ownership of the state. The mines and minerals below the ground are the ownership of the state. They figure in the state list. Mines and minerals also figures on the union list. So there is the need to harmonize these two provisions. The bill was referred to a select committee on this basis in order to make it intra-virus and not tie it up in sterile litigation. A very short time was given to the select committee and many members felt that the due process of consultation to resolve this issue could not happen. Can I say to you I was on that committee? Can I say to you I was on that committee? Some members made a request that representatives of the major 5 or 6 states which are going to benefit from the Mines and Minerals Bill be called in as witnesses to give their reaction to those sections of the bill
I find it difficult to believe
as divesting the state.
Mr. Verma,
Arnab, please be serious on this matter.
I'm very serious, but I'm finding your position difficult to believe.
I know you may have an editorial point of view on this. I am trying to explain to you something. Parliament functions in certain way. We got independence in 47. The constitution came in 50 because people took time to draft the constitution. A bill is an important instrument. So we raised this issue. We didn't get the time, and therefore we are saying we need more time and it should be referred again to a select committee. I am not going to say that my party will hold it up. And we are not necessarily following the Congress instructed for the sake of it, which may some people may say the Congress is doing.
Just a minute.
But all I want to say is, the ordinance can be repromulgated. The Parliament will meet in a month's time. Let us get some time to consider substantive issues of the bill.
Mr. Pawan Verma, this is a unique situation. I'm sorry. No, 1 minute. First of all, I think it was a vital natural resource when your government was giving it away and when Colgate happened. Was it not a vital resource at that time? No, 1 minute. First of all, I want to square off on this point with Pawan Verma. Gaurav, Bhatia, I'm coming to you and I'm giving time to this subject. I also want Sudhanshu Trivedi to come into the debate. First of all, the opposition was not happy with the bill and wanted to be sent to a select committee, which the government conceded to. Then, Pawan Verma, after the select committee report was tabled, the Congress party, almost as though looking for reasons to obstruct the business of the House, continued to protest on the count that there was a rush to get them passed and further demanded that the bill now be sent to a standing committee. And by the way, I'm aware of the procedures. Though the key bills, coal, mines and minerals was sent to the select committee, after being tabled in the Rajya Sabha, you continue to stall its passage, you as in the Congress, because it was not referred to the standing committee. So you know this, Pawan Verma, you are a parliamentarian and you've also been a bureaucrat. That how much of a difference does it make? How much of a difference does it make?
We are saying that the bill needs a little more consideration.
No, sir, you know this is politics. This is politics now.
Of the bill.
This is not about the bill, it's about politics. Sudhanshu Trivedi, is it about politics or not? Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Arnab, there are two aspects.
I say it's about politics.
Arnab, there are two aspects. One is the technicality you are mentioning and the learned person like Mr. Pawan Verma is mentioning. And other is a broader aspect. There are certain legislation pending which can epoch India into a new era of economic development, whether it is the mine and mineral bill or the coal bill or the land acquisition bill. It can provide a big boost to Indian economy. If you look at the larger perspective, as Sanjay was saying, what has changed from previous year to this year? Of course, one thing has not changed. Congress, which remained in power in 61 out of the 67 years, has got reckoning of these type of bills in the last 6 months. This shows it was the politics behind it. Today we have got the reckoning of these things to ratify in the first 6 months. This shows there is no politics because elections are far ahead. The Congress is doing is the politics, which Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said that they are having some sort of statistics.
Why have you done a full U-turn on the land?
1 minute, let me complete the sentence, Mr. Sanjay Jha. I would like to say about the conduct of Congress party in Rajya Sabha that they are trying to take the revenge of their political defeat by obstructing the various development bills which are going to be put up by our government. The one line in Hindi I would like to say, there is a famous
It was not just a Congress party that walked to the President's house yesterday. It was all opposition parties are keeping alive. This is beyond political ideology and competitiveness.
क्या हंगामा? किस
That's
चीज
why
का
Finance
हंगामा?
Minister has said that you want to have a statistic bill and you are obstructionist.
No, but किस चीज का हंगामा होना चाहिए? ये किस चीज का हंगामा होगा? गौरव भाटिया, you with the comment.
On each and every aspect, you want to create a ruckus and always trying to run away from discussion, whether it is the land bill or the coal bill or in the previous government 3AG or 2AG or even the conversion, anti-conversion thing. You don't want to discuss seriously on the House and always try to create a scene just to get some political dividend out of that and obstructing the development aspect of the future generation.
Whistleblower bill. Why don't you implement the Lokpal? Do things that are already awaiting execution and implementation. You're doing
but
nothing but
how fair is it? How fair? How fair is it that we have had an election in May? Now one can say the Rajya Sabha Lok Sabha balance is good for the healthy functioning of the democracy of this country. But Gaurav Bhatia, consider this: you have a party which has got an absolute majority, which is not being given an opportunity to rule. Simple. The BJP is not being given an opportunity to pass any legislation.
No. Yeah, they pushed it in Lok Sabha.
No.
They have the numbers.
Those are the checks and balances of democracy, and thank God for them.
Yes, Gaurav Bhatia. Yeah, I'm coming to you, Sankarshan.
I will respond to that by saying this.
Yeah.
Let us first let us understand the scheme of the Constitution. It's a bicameral house where the framers of the Constitution also gave certain rights to the Rajya Sabha, and Rajya Sabha in a way, because the representatives of the Rajya Sabha are elected through MLAs of the Assembly, also reflect the wishes of various states. Now the problem is that BJP is trying to portray itself as a saint. Please understand, a land acquisition bill of 1894 was there for 120 years. But this last bill, which then was enacted, was last year, and within 8 months the BJP wanted to change the entire structure and soul of that act, which affected the farmers. In that scenario, if the opposition parties are only demanding that please don't rush into amendments because legislation
I am
is a
not
serious
talking of the land acquisition
where each word has to be weighed, where the intention.
We are not talking of land acquisition.
I'm not talking of the land acquisition bill. Land acquisition, the opposition is united. 1 minute, just 1 minute. 1 minute. On the mine and minerals bill, are you with the government or with the Congress?
Coal and mines and minerals.
On the mine and mineral, please understand, all parties are taking a principled stand, and at least speaking for the Samajwadi Party, we will take a stand in national interest. If something is required on merits, we will support the bill if it is in national interest. Otherwise, we have the right to oppose other acts.
What do you mean? You haven't made up your mind?
BJP has been introducing ordinances without even... The leader in the House, Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav, and the leader in the Rajya Sabha, Mr. Ram Gopal Yadav, would take a stand for the party, and that would be on the floor of the House. But I am assuring of one thing, that opposition. Opposition would not be for the sake of
I now want to go to Sankarshan and Jayanto Ghoshal, please, the senior journalists on the panel.
Which I want to put in.
I want to go to Sankarshan and Jayanto Ghoshal, the senior journalists on the panel.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia or Mr. Pavan Verma or Mr. Sanjay Jha. Everybody knows that the strength of Rajya Sabha is less than half of the Lok Sabha. But all these three parties are having more MPs in Rajya Sabha than in Lok Sabha.
Yes,
even the grand old party of India Congress,
Constitution
is having more MPs in Rajya Sabha than in Lok Sabha. That's why they are trying
the Constitution.
No, 1 second.
We only want to try
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
On these type of...
Mr. Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi, please understand.
That is how the
Constitution, the scheme of the Constitution.
Mr. Trivedi, do you believe in the Constitution of India? You can't do anything about it, right?
Yes, of
the
course
constitutional scheme is such.
I am not saying
anything.
but
there is a lot of wisdom in this scheme of the
No,
Constitution.
Pawan Verma says you are denigrating the Rajya Sabha.
Absolutely, he is.
By both the houses or
I am
by
not
a joint
saying
session.
denigrating Rajya Sabha.
How can you complain about the
But
Constitution?
everybody knows
you want
that
to amend
Pawan
the
Verma
Constitution, you amend the Constitution.
40 members of parliament.
Is
In
well
the
within our
previous
constitutional right.
government, they were having more than 20. Now
Sudhanshu, you are going
but
on a
virtue of being a government,
you're taking a
because of
line.
Bharatiya Janata Party, you are having more members of parliament in Rajya Sabha.
No, 1 second. I want to get in
Mr.
Sankarshan.
Sudhanshu
Sankarshan is the government. Sankarshan and Jayanto Ghoshal. Jayanto, 1 second. Jayanto Ghoshal and Sankarshan. The government is going to, in my view, Sankarshan and Jayanto Ghoshal, the government will have to.
आपके 3 लोग हैं दिल्ली में.
जी पवन वर्मा जी क्या कह रहे हैं आप?
घबराइए मत, ये डेमोक्रेसी के चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस है. इतना मत कहिए कि मेजॉरिटी है हमारी लोकसभा में. आपके 3 लोग हैं सिर्फ दिल्ली के असेंबली में. Learn to understand the ups and downs of politics and don't denigrate the constitution.
Sankarshan, please. Sankarshan.
We are seeing the ups and downs.
Too much of arrogance, BJP.
The government
I have hubris and your arrogance.
The TV channel was showing the shameless.
Sankarshan, please.
I have 2 simple points to make.
Sankarshan. Yeah.
Otherwise you will be wiped out of the nation soon.
In Bihar.
If you will allow me.
Sankarshan.
If you will allow me.
Bringing.
I have only 2 points to make. I don't cease to be charmed when one political party alleges that the other political party is playing politics. What is the BJP saying today, or the Congress in the past? Are they not doing politics? Are they in it for charity? What is this? The Congress is only doing today what the BJP has done for the last 10 years. This is a numbers game. Mr. Trivedi might sort of complain about the numbers being against them in the Rajya Sabha, but so it is. This is democracy's checks and balances. So can the Congress complain that we have only 44 in the Lok Sabha and they have 282? Is that a complaint?
I want to make a point.
Yes,
no,
Mr.
1 minute.
Trivedi.
Hold on. Let me please have a say. And hold on.
Congress came in the power and they slowed down the National Highway Development Project. Why? Just because of the political consideration. Because it was started by the previous
Sudhanshu,
it has nothing to do with the strength in parliament.
For heaven's sake, grow up
this
and
shows
please
the
don't make
mindset of the
immature
Congress.
statements on
Political parties.
Indo-US nuclear deal.
It is the business of political parties to do politics.
Sudhanshu
During
Trivedi,
the discussion on the floor of the House,
5 years
Prime
of Lok
Minister
Sabha was when you were in opposition of
mentioned the
UPA
concern raised by
Understand they have to come to
BJP. They
power.
only
Least
mentioned the
productive
concern raised
Lok
by
Sabha
Congress.
has been,
I am saying
and
it is the
Parliament has
mindset.
been under
Nothing
UPA
doing with the
with
strength in the
BJP
House.
in opposition. Do you know that 66% was the productivity? And by the way, Arnab, I've got the record here. Despite all the obstruction, this has been the most productive budget session.
We're not going to thank you for it. We're not going to thank you for it. No, we're not. We're not going to. We're not going to thank you for it, because I want to remind you, in the winter session of 2014, when the Rajya Sabha did finally function after you disrupted the House on Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti, you stalled Parliament for 6 days, demanding the Prime Minister make a statement on the whole issue.
Minister of India
no, 1 minute.
chose to be silent on a sensitive matter of communal violence.
Sanjay Jha, Sanjay Jha, 1 minute. I have a question for Sanjay. Sanjay Jha, look here. Sanjay Jha, remember this. With only 44 seats. 1 minute, gentlemen, 1 minute. Gentlemen, 1 minute. My question to Sanjay Jha is, Sanjay Jha, with 44 seats, even if you had 140 seats.
1 minute, Arnab.
Go ahead. Sankarshan, Sankarshan.
No.
Sankarshan,
Nothing to do with
Sankarshan, let me take you
on. A citizen of India, even a viewer of Newshour can challenge this government in court. It's not about 44 seats or 446.
1.5
Every
sessions
citizen
of Parliament
in this country has
to
a power to do
function
that.
because
This
of
party
a
is-
certain Mr. Sukhram, under whose bed cash had been recovered. Once that had been done, the next thing you know, Mr. Sukhram was in the BJP.
Which party is Manmohan Singh in?
Parties disrupting.
No, Sankarshan, which party is Manmohan Singh in?
He's
Which party is Manmohan Singh in?
Please understand.
Yeah, thank you.
These are what we call reciprocal measures.
Because no, it's not a. Well, I'm sorry, but if it provokes you, Sanjay Jha, if I ask today which party is Manmohan Singh in, I'm sure you don't think that Manmohan Singh is going to leave the Congress party just because you left him in the lurch on Colgate for a long time.
I can tell you.
Anyway, the question is this. No, don't say anything.
Which party is Narendra Modi part of? A sectarian, communal, anti-secular, parochial party.
I remember that Manmohan Singh and the Congress party in 2012, 2013, 2014 said that when you hold back Parliament, you don't let the government function. It's a total negation of democracy. All I'm asking tonight is people like Sankarshan Thakur. Sankarshan Thakur is making a good point. He makes a point saying that, you know what, they are no better, they're all hypocrites. Fine, Sankarshan, but if somebody turns around and says, just because political parties are hypocritical when they're in power and opposition, why should the people suffer? That's my question. Jayanto, Ghoshal, what's the way out?
I agree.
Jayanto, Ghoshal, what's the way out?
We will not allow 70% of India to be brutalized by an absolutely insensitive government of Narendra Modi.
We cannot justify we cannot justify what Congress is doing today because BJP did it yesterday. Then I can say when Mr. Bajpayee was the Prime Minister, Congress also did the same thing and that's why Congress followed it. I mean BJP followed it. So I think this tutu mame of Parliament, this is not actually the democratic practice. You know, the Andre Bete, the famous sociologist, he has said that in parliamentary democracy we need badly a political symbiosis in the parliamentary democracy. You know, this land bill, what Prime Minister is saying that he is ready to discuss all the points, but opposition is not interested for the discussion now because this is politics and politics. This is electoral politics is controlling our parliamentary
Jayanto,
politics.
Have you read the amendments being pushed
why,
to the ordinance?
I mean,
why should it not be? Why should it not control it?
No. I am telling you
that not be the
let's
case?
cut out the rhetoric.
Only one party cannot be allowed electoral politics and the others banned from
We
it.
will destroy the farming community.
We cannot support what Congress is doing because BJP did it yesterday. That's why I have to support the Congress agitation because BJP did it when Congress was in power. So if Congress should not follow the legacy of destructive politics in Parliament, that legacy is not, I mean, a very prudent decision to follow. But you know, this land bill, CPM is opposing what Buddhadev Bhattacharya did in West Bengal when the land issue was there. And till today, the Communist Party, they think that if they...
What about the world outside?
They will take the advantage.
Jayanto, my question is to Pawan Verma. Fine. Pawan Verma, you are a great debater. Pawan Verma, you are a great debater. Let me compliment you. You are a gifted debater.
He's trying to soften you, Pawan.
No, I don't soften anyone, and the last people I try to soften are politicians. But I would also like to say here today that like a gifted debater, Pawan Verma has a unique gift. He can argue equally passionately on both sides.
He was also a diplomat.
But the point is that's also because he was a diplomat.
Thank you for the compliment.
No, one sec. Now my question to you is, Pawan Verma,
let me new Indian middle class, what they want.
Pawan Verma, I am asking you this today. This country, Pawan Verma, Sankarshan Thakur, Sanjay Jha and Gaurav Bhatia are on one side. I ask all of them.
We are on the right side, not just one side. We are on the right side. We are on the correct platform.
As of now, you are sitting to my left.
Side conversation is too much now.
Now what?
For once,
the question.
No. The point is this.
One question to you.
Gaurav, can I put a question?
No, 1 minute before. Jayanto, since you made a very long one there trying to say that the Congress and BJP are the same, can I tell you how we are different?
Sanjay, let me answer him. Let me talk.
Okay.
You see, Pawan Verma, you see, this is what happens when you let the Congress take the leadership. They will leave you behind. Yes, Pawan Verma, continue. Pawan Verma, continue on a lighter note. Pawan Verma, don't stop it.
Arnab, I want to make 3 quick points because on your panel, that's the only time you get. First of all, on the land acquisition bill, the opposition is united because we genuinely believe we are fighting for the cause of the farmers to exceptionally unjust amendments brought by the BJP in a hurry without due consultation. Now, I don't want to discuss the land acquisition. Today, you are discussing 2 bills which are coal and mines and minerals.
Yes.
On mines and minerals, irrespective of whatever position any party takes, we have 2 concerns which we are going to discuss in Parliament tomorrow, and we hope they are resolved. One is that the states must be consulted because mines and minerals belong to the state. The second is those affected by mining should be protected, including the environment. On coal, when mines change hands, we are very concerned that the labor is not deprived of its rights. Now, these are genuine issues affecting the people.
No, if these are genuine issues,
we've got a session.
One minute.
To get a bill which is good for the country.
No, what's good for the youth? No, 1 second. Shahid Siddiqui, I'm coming to you.
The bill.
Yes, Shahid Siddiqui, no, my point is different. My point is different. You know who's getting cheated? Gaurav, Bhatia, I'm coming to you. Just one small point, please. Otherwise, I'll also have to, like the panelists, say, I want to make 15 points and then say that's the only way to get heard on the Newshour. Please allow me, please.
I wish that becomes a reality, Arnab.
1 second.
Arnab, that's a joke when you say please allow me.
I think we guys are doing well.
1 second. No. My point is different. No. Pawan Verma, please. Gaurav Bhatia, please listen to me. Gaurav Bhatia, listen. We know, you all know, the government has identified 199 mines for auction. Okay? This sector, iron ore production has fallen. Our GDP, if it falls like this gives 2% of our GDP. Our economy will be in a crisis. This sector's revival is critical to giving jobs for the youth, which also is very critical in generating revenue. If revenue is not generated, hundreds of crores of rupees are lost, jobs are not generated, infrastructure will not go, the economy will go into a tailspin, and most unfortunately, gloom and doom will set back into our economy. I'm asking you...
Flawed legislation will lead to litigation.
Sankarshan,
more delays.
Please, what are you saying?
Narendra Modi can keep talking about
let others. My question to...
You've got to carry people with you. There are
my question to Gaurav...
Political
my question to Gaurav Bhatia. Okay, Gaurav Bhatia, Shahid Siddiqui, answer this. Aren't you looking at the bigger picture beyond your politics? What about jobs? What about growth? What about the economy?
Yes, we should.
But we aren't, right? We forgot all about it.
No,
you okay? Gaurav is responsible.
And we will support the government.
Gaurav and Shahid Siddiqui.
Doing right.
To begin with, I said our politicians have to mature. In a democracy, they have to understand that politics is not only about opposition. Politics is also about supporting and realizing that tomorrow you have to take the reins of power. Congress must understand that today they may be 44, tomorrow they may come into the government, and tomorrow they may have to take the same line which BJP is taking today.
That's right.
Somewhere somebody has to mature and come together to find a consensus for the development of the country and the economy. You can't go on fighting like this, like dogs, and let the economy and go to dogs.
Gaurav Bhatia.
That should not be happen. And that's what has been happening.
Gaurav.
This is absolutely immature way of doing politics, which we are facing in this country.
Okay, everything which you said is right, but for the canine references. Gaurav Bhatia.
Yeah.
Yes. The first time
that is why I started by saying that national interest comes first. But let us not forget the manner in which BJP government has introduced ordinances without looking at the constitution, without understanding that it has to be done only in emergent situations, because ultimately the BJP somewhere forgot that these ordinances would have to be replaced by bills, and those bills would have to be passed in both houses of the parliament. And now for that there was a responsibility on the government to reach out to all political parties and to present the case and to consult them before tabling these bills. They did not do that. They did not do it. They did not do it, and that is why this logjam situation is arising.
Mr. Trivedi, please, limited time, 4 minutes left.
I say,
Mr. Trivedi,
Gaurav, Bhatia,
reach out.
It is not very clear
No, Mr. Trivedi.
whether the opposition is having more concern about the manner in which the bill is brought or about the motive. Whatever is there, you are having an opportunity to discuss. One thing I want to make it very clear.
The merit is important.
Was saying
the consultative process is important.
What is the difference
the way you brought ordinances is unconstitutional completely. Please, let's not get into
Mr.
party.
Gaurav,
Let's talk about the merit.
Is
the kind of bills you are introducing in the parliament.
He is saying, an advocate is saying that bringing ordinance is unconstitutional. I think he should rethink what he is saying. You can say that it is politically not suitable, or otherwise, how you can say introducing an ordinance is unconstitutional.
Okay, so then, let me ask a lay question. No, let me ask a lay question. 1 minute.
The basic difference in the Congress and the BJP is when we were in the opposition, we were insisting for discussion, whether it was 2G scam, DWG scam, coal scam, or whatever it is. And Congress was running away from discussion.
No, let one speaker at a time. Let's one speaker.
We are insisting for discussion
Arnab, please
from anti-conservative and today the land acquisition bill. Even one of our said even to have discussion in the
but Pawan Verma, Gaurav, Bhatia, what do you know? Pawan Verma, this is like a classical. This is like a classical. No, I am asking. I am Pawan Verma. Before you ask the question.
And Congress was running away from discussion.
Pawan Verma, before Pawan Verma,
challenge you on the floor, and the Congress is going to challenge you on the streets, because you are actually, you brought in ordinances with a clear political objective of helping crony capitalists with whom your party has a very close proximity. And by the way, land acquisition exposes you, because the land acquisition bill had all stakeholders. The land acquisition bill had all stakeholders. Industry was being involved, farmers were being involved, all political parties were consulted. It took 2 years to build a political consensus. All the things were transparently on the websites. We had group meetings with several representatives.
Well, the Congress party
is an industry.
No, 1 second.
And the BJP, 1 minute, the BJP comes to power, and the first thing it goes
Sanjay Jha, 1 second. On that reference of crony capitalism, I am pretty sure that Sri Prakash Jaiswal is actually an NGO man, and maybe we should recommend him for a peace prize if there were one for transparency. I'm sure Sri Prakash Jaiswal deserves the peace prize.
If there's any investigation going on,
my question, my question to my senior colleagues. My problem is that there are 2 senior journalists who are far more. Each of them has more than a decade of experience, more than me, and you're not letting them speak. Please, no, this is the problem. You see, there is in our country today.
Them a question, Arnab. Let me pose a question.
Let me ask them a question as well. I'm supposed to be the anchor. Hello, Pawan Verma.
Very quickly.
Pawan Verma, please. You have taken over.
Just, I want to pose an issue.
I am convinced today. I am absolutely convinced today. I am absolutely convinced today that there are 2 people on this panel. One is Sanjay Jha and one is Pawan Verma, who would have actually wanted to be TV anchors, but unfortunately they are in the wrong profession, and hence they are trying to take over the program. My question is to Sankarshan and Jayanto. Please tell me this. Sankarshan,
you are irreplaceable.
Sankarshan, nobody is indispensable. Sankarshan,
you are a unique, an absolutely unique, creation.
Thank you very much. What did you mean? Sankarshan, my question is as a layperson.
Arnab, I ask you this question.
No, don't ask me questions, please. It's 11:05. I have to ask a few questions.
Please, I think your program has been taken over by
Can I ask Sankarshan? Can I ask Sankarshan a question? My question is to Sankarshan. Sankarshan, tell me one thing. Sankarshan, you see, what will this government, what do you expect the government to do? Okay, fine, balance of democracy, bicameral system, everything is great. You will not let the government legislate, and then when the government pushes in an ordinance on important issues, on issues of GDP, job generation, as well as revenue, then you start saying the government is being undemocratic and going in for ordinance Raj. The other option, Sankarshan, is that the government stops doing anything. That there is absolutely no legislation, no ordinance, let things be stuck. Is that going to be a better solution?
Arnab, last May, India elected for the first time, I think in 2 decades, a majority government. This government is arguing that it's helpless.
I don't understand. Are you going to punish people for electing? No. Is this the opposition's punishment?
I am not saying that. I am saying.
Are people punishing the people for electing a single party government?
All I'm saying, Arnab, is you have a majority government.
Respect the will of the people.
For the first time in decades. Yes, sure. But there has to be political management.
No.
Please show some management skills. And the opposition has cottoned on.
No. Jayanto, do you agree with this?
No, it has. It is democratic. It is democratic. It has cottoned on to numbers in the Rajya Sabha. It is the job of opposition.
Jayanto,
it is the job of opposition. I'm sorry. I will not argue another way.
Democracy is a mature democracy.
I will not.
Parties come around on certain fundamental issues concerning the economy and the foreign policy.
This is a test.
No. Did you argue like this, Shahid Bhai, 5 years ago?
I don't agree.
Did you argue like this 5 years ago, Shahid Bhai?
Joint the
I tell you the number of bills that were delayed. Food
Absolutely.
security bill, women's reservation bill.
As a spokesperson, one has to
Are you taking revenge?
But as an independent journalist,
all these bills were delayed.
Are you taking revenge? Are you taking revenge?
This is an issue-based fight.
There's no issue here.
Let me tell you, coal, the issues of environment, which this government hasn't even addressed.
Maybe the issue
of
politics is the issue here.
There's a question of the federal system.
There is politics. Of course there is politics.
Okay, Jayanto Ghoshal.
Few years back.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Can you give me the opportunity to speak?
Yeah, please.
That is also democracy.
Yes.
I'm telling you only one thing, that, we are discussing about the number, but what Arnab is saying about the growth and the industrialization and the development of this country, if you study that this is a changing social aspect, and what is the difference between Congress and BJP on the land reform bill and on several bills, I find you may debate on Hindutva between Congress and BJP. But on these issues, on the reform and the growth, the difference may be the micro issues, not the big canvas difference.
Wrapping up.
Why you are creating this trouble? That is the political. That is the political electoral issues. That means this destructive methodology you are using not for philosophical reasons. You are using it for electoral political gain. So what Arnab is raising, that for the growth of this country, you should think twice that what you are doing for our country.
No, Jayanto,
Mr. Pavan Verma can understand the great Indian middle class, the 30 crore or 40 crore of Indian middle class, are they happy?
I remember
this negative, regressive
I remember the word which was used. The word. By the way, who did we miss out in this debate? It seems the BJP has been cornered even on the debate. I feel actually people will have sympathy for the BJP. They've been cornered in Parliament. They've been cornered on the news.
Arrogant, Arnab.
No, let them speak, please. Yes, Sudhanshu Trivedi, please.
One thing I want to say, Arnab, that what Jayanto Ghoshal had said, that there is no major difference in the economic policies of the BJP and the Congress. I would like to remind when Dr. Manmohan Singh as Finance Minister was bringing the economic reforms, there was a certain strong one of our supporters. Some supporters were quite against to these reforms. But when we understood that it is in the interest of country as the globalization was getting spread over all over the world, we supported the reform. This should be the maturity of the political party in the interest of the country rather than opposing for the sake of opposing. Whether you are in opposition or you are in power, as when you came into power in 2004, you stopped all, you slowed down the National Highway Development Project.
The smell, one second.
This is the difference.
One second. I don't know if you can sniff it, but the smell of political vengeance is in the air. And the Congress party said to the BJP, let there not be the concept of a brute majority in the Lok Sabha. But at the same time, The Congress party can't have the policy of brute majority in the Rajya Sabha.
We don't have it.
So the question is out to debate. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. I thank everyone, including the two protagonists, Sanjay Jha and Pawan Verma, who tried to display their anchoring skills on the Newshour tonight. 11:10 p.m. Thank you for joining me on the Newshour debate tonight. Thank you.